Hi everyone, Sensei Dom here. Today we're going to talk about back stance. Okay, so we'll run through how much weight to put on the back leg, how much do I put on the front leg, where do my feet go, what are my hands doing, how am I breathing out. Okay, so back stance is one of those big stances you see in a lot of your katas. Okay, so it's sort of a horse stance and a front stance kind of put together. It helps us move back and forth and diagonally with defensive and offensive postures. Okay? Now, just like the front stance that we spoke about, again, it comes from the ground up. So your chain reaction starts from the floor or from your feet into your knees, it flexes into your hips and out through your technique. So a lot of times in back stance, we're doing shudo, we're doing knife hand, but we can also be doing other blocks like double arm lock and low lock, which appear in a lot of the katas, especially some of the higher belt katas. Okay, so let's get into the video. I want you guys, again, take your time with your basics and work them over and over again, because repetition is the mother of all skills and you can never do enough. You can always do more. Okay, so let's get into the video. All right, so back stance. Feet are about shoulder width apart. We're going to start off in a ready position. Okay? So, just like our front stance, our feet have to start the movement. So we grip the floor with our toes, we start a flexion in our knees. And as that happens now, our hands start to move in position. So I'll show you from the side, from an angle position, okay? And then, or from a side position, so you can see some of the weight distribution. Okay? So what happens is my feet grip the floor, my knees start to bend, and as they start to bend, my hands start to move into position. So again, this one leg over here has to take a lot of the weight, because I want to be able to move this really lightly forward and back, or side to side, or angle. So my hands come in, we're going to do it with the shuto, and we're going to step back nice and strong. And again, good strong hip position, breathing out on your technique. Okay? So make sure you're breathing out sharp at the end of your technique. Now this stance, some people do it differently. I like about a 60-40 balance. 60% of the weight on the back leg, 40 on the front. But not leaning over my back leg. Again, stances have to be centered. So even though it's a back stance, it doesn't mean I'm moving my shoulders over my back leg. Because some people do it like this, right? What you want is, again, the center to go, your center of gravity should be in the center of your stance. The weight should be on your back leg, but my hips and the force goes down into the center. So, I'm doing shuto, and as I move forward, I'm pushing with my back leg, and my front leg will be the supporting leg in the middle of the movement. So think of your movements as having an A, B, and a C. Okay, so right now my back stance posture is here. I have one foot going this way and one foot pointing in the direction that I'm going. Okay? As I move forward, I'm going to get my hands involved because I want my lower body and my upper body working together. So as I push, so I'm pushing off this back leg now, my front leg is going to take the weight. And as I move in, my hands are moving in. This is part B, and part C will be the end of the technique. Alright? Same thing going back. Now I'm in part A again. And now as I move back, I gotta shift the weight onto, my back leg has 60% of the weight. So what happens is, I'm gonna start to push with my front foot. Again, my weight is in the center, I'm not leaning back or forward, everything is nice. So as I start to move, my hands are in position, I'm in B, and I finish in, let me move forward here a little bit, I finish in a C position. Right? Again, 60% of the weight should be on your back, and 40 on your front, but weight down the center as if someone was sticking a pole right through you, right down in the center. Alright? You want this nice straight line, you don't want it to dip on an angle forward or back. So you don't want this either. You don't want to lean back. Okay? If we're doing it with double arm block, it's the same idea. here's A, weight is here, about 40% here. And as I move forward, I'm pushing, it starts the chain reaction. I'm gonna get over here, my hands are in chamber position, right? And I'm gonna shoot my double arm block as I'm moving this foot out. And I'm gonna finish nice and strong, 60-40. Okay, so I'll do it towards the camera. So here's my shuto. Again, it starts from the feet, flexing the knees. It starts the hand motion, hands up. Here comes B, C. On an angle, 60 and 40. Start to push with this back leg, and get your hands involved and breathe out nice and tight and squeeze everything. This should be hard and strong. So, as I move forward, here and here. And I breathe out. Okay? Could be with double arm block. It could be with low block. Alright? Have fun practicing with different blocks because these movements are nice and strong and they feel really good. So, I'm coming forward. Here comes my low block. Back stance. Nice and strong with the weight. Let's do it again. One more time. Good balance. You don't want to teeter and totter. That's where your feet come in. You gotta be grabbing the floor hard. The stronger your feet are, the more stability you have. Okay? And you want to play around with the length for you, right? Because everybody's different, depending on your height. We're all built differently, and we tie in, our muscles tie in differently. But, good rule of thumb, 60, 40, strong technique, breathing, abs tight, strong legs. Have a good night, guys.